Hey Flyer family, Miss Andrea here, and for today's activity we are going to make an origami boat. So you'll see here's a little boat that we can make out of paper, and this one's made out of paper that had different colors, but for today I'm just actually going to use a piece of regular printer paper. You could use a piece of loose leaf, and I'm going to teach you how to do it step by step. So to start off, we need our paper to be a square. Most types of origami require that you start with a square because it has even sides. So in order to do that, you're going to fold the corner of your paper over, and I will show this to you up close so that you can see here there's a triangle and there's a rectangle where there isn't the paper folded. So all I did is I folded one corner to the other corner and then I made a crease. And what you're gonna do then, in order to rip this, you could either cut it if you have a scissors, or you're gonna fold this rectangle over and you're gonna crease it really good. So like I'm using my fingernail right now against my counter. And I like to fold it back and forth a couple times because it makes it a lot easier to rip the paper. And so I won't even need a scissors for this. I'm just gonna go back and forth a few times. And then I'm just gonna gently start to rip this so that it comes apart. And you'll see I have a nice even tear here. So it came off and now I have left just a square, which will be the place where we start. So we're gonna flatten it back out again. I know it has a crease in it, not a big deal, but we're not gonna use that crease for this. And so we're starting with just our square piece of paper, and you're gonna fold it in half this way. So we had it folded in half diagonally. Now we're just gonna fold it in half this way. I know some people call it like hot dog style. It's a square, so just in half this way. And then you're gonna unfold. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold each side up to where we just folded, so that center line. And so it will look like this. So each side is folded to the center. And then you're gonna take each corner toward the center. And so you're making little triangles. I'll show you one here. So here's one, and we're gonna do that with all 4 of the corners. And again, when you're folding these triangles, you wanna make sure that you're creasing pretty firmly so that the paper stays where you fold it. So once you have that done, you should have all 4 corners folded in toward that center line again. And right now it's even, so it doesn't matter which way is up or which way is down. It doesn't make any difference because they're all even. The next step is you're gonna take this corner piece and fold this down to the center line. And so this is also a way, I like to make paper airplanes this way, where I fold one time like this, and then I fold a second time like that, and it can make a pretty cool paper airplane. You notice it has a really nice point on the edge too. So we're gonna do the same thing to all 4 of those corners. But to start with, we're gonna do the same side first because there will be a little bit of overlap. So right now you can see I did one side first, and then I'm gonna do the other side. And again, you're gonna crease those really good, especially by the point, because that's something that seems to matter when we're folding paper. Especially you get a lot of papers folding, and you'll notice that here there's actually an overlap. So because we did one side first and then we did the second side, you can see that there's that little bit of overlap. Also, the more you fold paper, the harder it is to fold, and so it takes a little bit extra to get this to make sure that it's creased so that it stays in place. So now once you've done that and you have all 4 of your corners folded in again, then you're gonna take the tip to the middle. So just like this, the tip to the middle. So I'm gonna do that on the other side too. Tip to the middle. So now this is what it should look like. And the next step is we open our boat. So we take from the middle here where we had this initial piece of paper in the middle, and we work on opening this up, and we actually flip it inside out. And so you're just gonna push down along those creases that you made. Do it gently, but it'll sort of pop into place then, and then you can just smooth it out with your fingers, sort of run them over the edges, and you have a boat. So the next step for us is gonna be, does our boat float? What do you think? Make a prediction. You could say, yes, I think the boat will float. You might even add a because. Or you could say, Nope, I don't think the boat's gonna float. And you could add a because for that too. And so I have a smaller bowl of water here, so I'm gonna use my original boat that I made before I did this with you all so that I can see if it floats. And so it might be different depending upon the different paper you have, but let's see if this one floats. Are you ready? Ta-da! This boat does float. So it might not float forever, but for now it's definitely floating. So you can see here, our boat is floating. Pretty cool, huh? Well, thank you so much for joining me today to learn a little bit of origami. It's just the art of folding paper, and it's something that can be really cool and not too hard to learn. So today we did a boat, and we might pick another day to do a different animal or a different object because there are tons of things you can make out of paper. We might even do an airplane because we're the flyers. We'll see. Remember, Lindbergh loves you.